Irish yogurt's Clonakilty. Try a spoonful of delicious.
Just to make my scones.
To make your scones, yes.
So I'm making scones, and these scones are made with a high-protein natural live yogurt, OK?
Right.
So
they're blueberry scones, are they?
Yeah, and blueberries, yeah. So I've little tips that go along. So first of all, I'm going to put in a heaped teaspoon of baking powder, bicarbonate of soda. So we always sieve this going in, and the active ingredient in the high-protein yogurt is going to activate with this to make them rise.
What is the difference with bicarbonate of soda and kind of baking powder? Do you have to double that or something?
Bicarbonate of baking powder is bicarbonate of soda with Beck's tartar, whereas this is just the bicarbonate of soda. OK, so here we go. I'm adding in some sugar for a little bit of sweetness, and then I'm going to put the rind of a lemon in. You don't need to do this, but it's actually just delicious.
Makes it nice and zesty, yeah.
Yeah, a little bit of another little element to it. And these are great for, like, obviously, you know, for morning coffee and for
I can't wait to eat one, I have to be honest. They're just here now and I just can't.
I know, and the smell is
looking at them.
fab. Now, the smell of lemon is just fab.
Isn't it?
Next then, I'm going to add in a little pinch of salt. Stir these around, and then more. I'm going to use very traditional method. I'm going to use my fingers to rub in the butter, and the butter is now at room temperature, at studio temperature.
OK, so it's not cold, but it's not kind of melting in your hands.
No, it's not.
Either.
No, absolutely. So we're going to rub that in. Now, you can. I have often seen people doing this, you know, in the food processor with a couple of knives and things like that. I think the nicer results are by hand, and we mix.
It's an old-fashioned method, isn't it?
It's
really.
lovely. And actually, there's something lovely about it. In fact, now that I'm talking about it, I'm just dropping my shoulders and relaxing. You know, it's just kind of nice.
So it's almost cathartic, kind of doing this.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm just going to rub it in. And the thing is, too, you get kind of an uneven spread of butter, which is lovely, you know, when for the scones.
I remember all this years ago as a child. My mother, you know, everything was made this way. You know, people didn't have food processors or anything like that.
No, all our pastries made this way, you know, and it
probably aerates it too.
It does. Oh yeah, absolutely. It's just a lovely way of baking, and for bread and for anything that you're crumbing it together, it's much nicer done by hand, like crumbles and things like that. If you over-process them, they're not great. Now, next I'm going to add in my blueberries, OK? So what I did here, a little tip was I popped those into the freezer.
Why?
Because they're much easier to work into the mixture. They don't tend to burst.
OK,
so, you know, otherwise, now these weren't completely frozen, but generally they would be, like I would have them pretty much frozen at home. And in here then I'm putting in 150 mils of the natural high-protein yogurt, and I'm putting in an egg as well. I'm not going to pour all of this mix in, one egg, because I'm going to keep some for the top, just to base the top. And I'm putting a tiny little drop of vanilla essence in as well.
I love that combination. The lemon and vanilla, I mean, they're so kind of almost juxtaposed, aren't they, as kind of...
Oh, yeah, no, yeah, it just gives that kind of ambrosia flavour. It's lovely. Now, then I'm going to mix these up by hand. And, sugar, of course, I did put in all the... I did put in all the mix. I didn't keep some for basting, but look what harm.
Yes, but you can. You would.
I should.
I see.
Yeah,
well, that's fine. I'm probably asking you too many things. Sorry. Zip it.
So anyway, OK, so that's mixed up enough. So you notice, like, it's not sort of, I'm not mixing it into, I'm not over-mixing it.
It's almost like kind of a brown bready mix.
Yeah, you know, that's kind of... It's a loose dough. Well, it's quite sticky, but when I say it's loose, I'm not going to, I'm not going to roll it even. I'm just going to, leave that over there. I'm just going to sort of pat it together like this.
So you've got flour, it's a kind of a flour
and put a bit of flour in at the end. And so I'm literally just patting it down like this. Now, you can make them any size you want. And where I had a little pastry cutter there. Oh, I see it. Yeah, it's okay. OK, thank you, Maura. And so I'm just going to cut these out. Maura, I'd love to have you in the kitchen. You're very helpful. You're pushing everything away.
I bet Di doesn't do any of this stuff.
He doesn't. You know, that's
he sits there.
Yeah, because you're doing it at home all the time, you know?
Yeah, of course I am, without knowing.
And actually, it's funny. So when you cut them...
The lads are kind of laughing in the background. Of course I do these things at home, Bren.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So you see the way it actually cuts through the blueberry. Now, if the blueberry was just, you know, not frozen...
That's a great tip.
The juice would run. Now, it is going to burst when they're cooked, and they'll be...
but then they'll be encased in the pastry.
Yeah, but they just look lovely when they all kind of start popping out.
I think that's such a good idea. So basically, slightly kind of frozen, is it? Not fully?
No, fully frozen if you can.
Fully, OK.
Yeah, fully frozen if you can, because it'll cut right through them. And these
can
are
I ask
partially...
a question? Could you use just frozen blueberries from... that you buy in a shop?
100%,
okay,
yeah, absolutely. Or frozen raspberries.
Okay.
You can use any frozen berries. Like, I'm using blueberries here because I think they work really well in the recipe, but you don't necessarily have to use blueberries. But frozen is always better, because if you overmix... yeah, if you overmix, you're going to get all that kind of juice running, and it just gets a little bit messy, you know.
It's a really good tip.
There you go. So, and this is I love this one kind of misshapen one at the end.
Yeah. I love the way that you can get so much out of that.
There's an extra big one, and that's for me. Okay.
You deserve it, Eunice.
Yeah. So then I'm just going to give them a little rub on top.
So this is kind of the egg wash with the
egg
yogurt,
wash with the yogurt and with the milk, and I'm using it sparingly because I put most of it into the mixture.
Oh, yeah, Maura's so helpful in the kitchen.
Now, and actually, these will freeze beautifully. So just cool them down and pop them into a plastic bag, and they'll freeze really, really well.
Okay.
And my new intention this year is absolutely no cling film in the kitchen, if possible. So you'll notice that
the baking parchment is good.
with no cling film at all in anything.
And what did you bring them in? Just a
in
box?
plastic tubs, which I mind. I'm always losing the lids. I don't know. Lose
Jeez,
lids.
this is very messy there. It wouldn't be as messy if I was here, or Eunice.
Yes, that's right, Dahi. OK, so here are our scones, which I baked in the oven 220. Really important. Really
220,
hot.
that's very high.
220, it is nuclear.
For how long?
220, about 15 minutes.
Yeah, well, that's it.
Why so
And
high,
some of
you
them, because you want to get them a lovely crust on the outside. You want to get them dry. so
And
nice
the blueberries
crust.
are frozen, so...
Okay.
Well, no, not really that.
Not really.
Always we cook scones at really high temperature.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Bruce all the chin.
Now, there you go. So if you just... I've split them there for you already.
You want
very
to,
nice.
You want the muggy in the tea.
And then here you have,
Sure.
I have some of the lovely Clonakilty creme fraiche and some lemon curd, because I know that's your favourite.
Oh, I love
Lemon
it.
curd?
Oh, I love it. Oh, my
Really?
God, I'd spoon it out of
But
this.
Would you?
There is easy as anything to make, you know. And it's what I would do when I'm at home. I normally
my God.
I kind of even weigh it up the night before and have it ready to go in the morning, you know.
Eunice.
So
very
simple
good.
things, aren't they? I did a little trial run last week for my swimming girls, and they absolutely loved it. They said that they were
they look
TV ready.
delicious.
They love me and they love my scones. I don't know. I don't know which they would love more.
Who do they love more, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, very nice.
Eunice.
I never thought of lemon curd. It is tasty like this.
Oh,
Oh, lemon curd's lovely, isn't it?
I never
Well,
knew
like
you
a
could just use them like this, you know.
Oh yeah, it's great. And actually, you know, frozen blackberries are lovely as well, and scones.
3
which
packs
are-
in the freezer after the weekend.
Well, now you know what to do.
We were
Bring Maura
picking them.
home and she'll tidy up for you.